one. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited as always, right? Just super excited about just life in general and how God is just moving in my life and in other people's lives. I get excited when I hear other people's stories about the journey that they're on, about, you know, them seeking their purpose, and it just really excites me. And that's Big Hug. That is Big Hug. Big Hug Lady is who I am, and big hugs is what I do. Woo woo! I thank you guys for joining in with us today. I am again, just so excited about not just so much of what, yes, I'm trying to fix my hair, but it's all good. In the midst of it, I am excited about what God is doing through this particular couple. I have been knowing Toya for a long time, and I know I'm telling her name, and it ain't even time yet to do that. But it's I have just been knowing her for a long time. But just to see her move from one position in life to another, and to see where she has come, it's just been amazing. So to be able to again have a conversation with this couple, I'm excited. So without further ado, right, instead of me yap, let's get on with this conversation. Y'all know how I like to do. What? Coming to the stage. Yes. Get excited with me, y'all, as we bring on Joe and Toya Gay. Woo woo! And the Keto Hope Dealers. Yes. There y'all go. What's up?
Yeah, we good. How you doing, sis?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you. Good. Oh my gosh. So excited about you guys being here and being able to hear your story, your journey. I know it has been a beautiful journey. I know it has been you know, up, down, what up, but as in everybody's story, right? Yeah. But the one thing that I always enjoy is the ending, right? Because it's always I say it's always a happy ending, right? Yeah. And it's all about perspective, right? That happy ending is all about perspective, because one could say, well, you know, I'm not doing this, I'm not right here, whatever. But if you take another spin on it, you see that you're right where you're supposed to be, you know, at that time, at that moment. And God is moving and doing, he's still there, he's still working, you know, behind the scenes. And then, so our question should always be is, what is it that I'm supposed to be learning at this moment? What is it that I'm supposed to be gaining at this moment until he, you know, tells me to make that next move? So
that's right. Yeah.
Woohoo! I'm excited. All right. So I've already shared that, yes, I've known you guys for a while. So I would like for you to tell us who you are.
Yes. You want to start, babe?
Well, my name is Joseph. This is my wife, Toya. We are a family of 7. We have 5 kids, ages from 4 to 17. We have been married for 12 years, and May it'll be 13. Woo, woo. Woo. We have had a lot of ups and downs, trial and errors. We've learned a lot. We've struggled. We've had success. Just a long story of never giving up.
Yeah. And y'all heard my husband. My name is Toya. I've known Sonia for several years, probably like 2011. And yeah, like he said, I'm a wife, almost 13 years, mother of 5. A full-time freelancer, entrepreneur, along with my husband, and just been a blessing to see just how we've grown together and watched how God has opened so many doors for us as a couple. Yeah. Doing business together. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Amen. I love it. I love it. And I love how you guys, you know, like my wife, my husband, you know, that lovey-dovey. It's It's beautiful. Giving
Thank
honor
you.
to one
Thank you.
another. You know, that's wonderful. Not everyone has that. So that's beautiful. Such a,
Right.
yeah. Yeah. So what's your passion? You know, I know you talked about you've done this, done that. What's your passion?
You want me to start?
You can start.
Okay. So I guess mine was figuring out who I was, you know, how that was, Sonia. And at that time, I think when you and I met, I was still trying to figure out who I was and what my purpose here on this earth was. And so that's what we did. We explored, you know, we kind of launched out, got outside of the box and explored to see what God had for us, right? And me personally, you know, I desired more, I wanted more, and I knew God had more for me, my husband, and our family. And so my passion has always been to be the light, to be the example that young folks need to see, right? And so if you look at the current generation now, you know, so much has changed. And so my heart and my passion and assignment has always been to be the light, meet people where they are and love, right? And just like yours, the Big Hug Lady, right? We want to be able to be the difference, the change that we keep saying that we want to see. So that's my assignment. My assignment is being the light, pouring life into others. Regardless if it's, you know, a weight loss journey or my personal journey, I want to be able to uplift people to know that we get second chances, right? We're not perfect, but God has made us the imperfect, right? And so that's just what it is. I am still learning about myself, still enjoying how God is just, you know, using me to be able to impact our community. Yeah.
Woo!
How about you? Yeah.
That's good.
Love it. Love it. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't even know if I can follow up with that one.
That's all right. You do you, Joe. You do you.
Right. That's right.
So it took me a while to get here. Growing up, you know, I grew up angry, frustrated, and to get what I wanted, I made it seem like, well, I was a good manipulator. I'll say that. I made it seem like the other side was making the choice while I was playing the innocent role. It wasn't on me. You know, they were making the choice. They were making the decision. And, you know, it took me sitting down with myself to look at myself, and nothing bad happened, nothing wrong happened. You know, most people turn their life to God because they're going down this horrible path. For me, I was just like, why not try God?
Yeah.
So I did it. You know, as learning how to do that, I struggled with the balance of showing people how to live and being a light.
Yeah.
So I was that guy, hey, you're doing this and you're doing that. You shouldn't act like that. You shouldn't talk like that. And I had someone chin check me like, well, how are you going to do that? But you're doing this. And after that point, I had to reevaluate how I was talking to people.
Right.
Because you just can't approach people a certain way and you're not holistically being a leader yourself.
Yeah.
So not necessarily saying that I was this leader and I was doing this and doing that, but I wasn't leading by example for the community of people that may have been in my life at the time.
Right. Yep.
So definitely a lot of growth, moving fast forwarding now. I give no judgment. I meet people where they are. And overall, even being younger, I always wanted to be that person there because I know what it feels like not to have someone there for you.
Yes. Yes.
So that's where I'm at. I meet people where they are and I let them know that it's okay. And it's okay to not be okay.
That's right. Yes. Just don't stay there.
Yeah, don't stay there.
Right.
Yeah.
Allow the people that's in your life to help you get out of whatever rut you might be in.
Yes.
You know, feel whatever you need to feel. Just don't react in that feeling.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
That's real good. That's real good, Joe. See, you stayed in your own lane and what? You blew it up too.
Yes.
Perfect example, you know, of just being who you are, right? You know, God didn't create you to be like somebody else. He didn't create you to, you know, get in the same lane as somebody else. He created a whole lane just for you, you know,
That's right.
and being comfortable in walking in that. It might not be always easy, but to be comfortable in walking in your own lane, regardless of what, you know, lashing out or some crazy look somebody give you because they don't understand or because they're not walking in their own lane, you know.
That's right. Exactly.
But yes, just to be comfortable in that. I absolutely love you guys. Oh my gosh.
Yes, we love you too.
I love it. I love your heart. I love what you have already shared. I mean, oh my gosh, that's a big hug right there.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
Wow. Okay, so I know there are some individuals who are watching or who will be watching on the replay that are interested in keto. Some have never even heard of. It's like, what is keto anyway?
Right.
You know, can you first explain what keto is and then share your journey in keto?
Okay. All right. So I don't like to classify things as diets. You know, you don't say that, you don't place titles on anything else necessarily. You know, so it's a lifestyle. It's whatever you choose to live. That's what you do. Whatever works for you, make sure you do that. So for us, it's keto, and you know they call it the keto diet, but keto is a high fat, low carb, moderate protein lifestyle. Okay. And with that, you know, it makes your body, it forces your body to use carbs, and after the carbs are gone, it burns the fat. So it's changing your fuel source, really. So we've been positioned to use carbs as our fuel source. Keto is using fat as your protein source. So naturally, if you have a fatty body or fatty organs or fatty liver or anything else, your body is using that fat source as fuel and it's burning it off.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
go ahead. You go. No.
People think that because it's a labeled diet or what have you, you know, you go there for the weight loss. Keto is not about weight loss. And that's why a lot of people may fail when they do it as a diet because it's treated as a diet. It's not a diet. You have to look at keto is healing your body from the inside out. So it's not about weight loss. There's a lot of other health benefits from keto. You know, my wife has some health issues. I'll let her discuss those. But I had type 2 diabetes. And I had acid reflux, severe acid reflux. Like I couldn't eat anything from my throat burning. You know, I was on medicine for about 15, 16 years. And I was on keto for a month and a half. I no longer had acid reflux, and I no longer had to take my insulin shots or my medicine for type 2 diabetes.
Wow. Praise the Lord. Wow.
Yes.
That's a beautiful testimony. Oh my gosh. Wow.
You know, and it's a blessing because, you know, just the story behind it, you know, if folks would really understand and grasp the fact of what we had to go through to just experience what we experienced, why we made the decision to start the ketogenic lifestyle. You know, I think I shared a little bit with you, Sonia, is that, you know, God had gave us the vision of moving to Vegas 2 years before we said yes. Right. And now, you know, Virginia's my home. You know, me and my mom, we close, right? You know, we close. We born in the country, us country folk, we close. And, you know, my husband, he grew up in like the city, you know, and when God told us Vegas, right, we was like, oh, no, that ain't gonna happen. We ain't leaving our family. We ain't leaving our friends, right? This is all we've ever known. And so it took us for 2 years to finally do it. We wrote a list. Like we was doing everything, trying to just hope that the list came up with another state, right? We was just doing advantages and what state we wanted to move to, right? And now, mind you, God had already told us Vegas. So we sit here, write a list and write, you know, some states we like and some states we just not going to accept. But God had already told us Vegas. We like, no. But we finally said, yeah. It took us 2 years. But 2016, I think, is when we finally said, you know what, we may go to Vegas. And then 2017, we were preparing. You know, God said, don't take anything but yourselves and your clothes. And we like, what? We can't take nothing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are we moving to East Coast, West Coast for this? We can't take nothing but our clothes. So we did. We sold, we didn't sell anything. He was like, do not sell anything. Give it away. I was like, give it away. We paid a lot of money for this. But we didn't know what his assignment was for us. We knew that we needed to move. We said yes, but we was trying to figure out why we gotta give stuff away. We gotta buy it when we get back out there.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, do you trust me? Do you trust me? And that was the word that he said to us over and over. Do you trust me? And so we had to trust him to know what he was doing to take us from the East Coast to the West Coast, you know? And so when we got here, all hell broke loose, right? You know, we went through a lot of stuff. Like, hold up, you brought us to East Coast to West Coast to go through pain all over again?
Right.
Like to go through all this all over again, lose friends? What else? How worse can it get? And so in 2019, we was here for a year, and through all that, I was so miserable. I was overweight. I was sweating. I mean, you name it, I was struggling hard, you know, because, you know, in Virginia it's humid, but here it's hot and dry. So my face was breaking out. I was miserable. I was huffing and puffing. We would go places and I'm like, I'm ready to go. Like, we didn't have time to play with the kids because I'm huffing and puffing and I'm unhealthy, you know. And my husband, I was getting to the fact of getting so frustrated because every night I would hear the little tick, tick, tick of that insulin thing. Tick, tick. I'm like, oh my God, you know, and now I check my own blood meter. So now it's like, I'm like, oh my God. And I know it's going to prick me and I hate it. Right. And I hated seeing him on all this medicine. Like literally, you know, those little things you get from the dollar store and it's where you put your meds in it.
Yeah.
Right. Because you have so many. Well, he didn't have one of those, but every time I would see all the bottles, he would bring out the cabinet. I'm like, we shouldn't be taking all this medicine. We in our 30s. Like we're young, you know? And so that's what it is. July 2019 is, I volunteered him. That's what he says. I volunteered him because I said, babe, we're going to do keto. He was like, I'm not doing no keto. I like to eat. And keto hold back too much of what I like to eat.
Yeah. And
I was like, babe, we got to do it. We got to do it. So he did. He did it. And 1 week turned into 2, turned a month. You know, and you were at 357, you were diabetic, and I was at 253.6, wearing 22s and 24s, you know, and again, it's not all about weight. It was about just healing our body and allowing ourselves to heal naturally, you know, and also making sacrifices because we don't look at it as a diet. We make sacrifices for the sugar and all that, and it has paid off. You know, I'm down over almost 90 pounds. My husband's down over 90 pounds. So it's just like,
wow.
When you do the work, when you work it, it works for you. Yeah. You know, just do what works for you. But we definitely have to put our health as a high priority.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. What a journey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, and we talk about faith. Wow. That's a faith journey. That's a faith walk.
Yes.
I mean, to trust, first of all, to have, I'm sure, a whole house full of furniture and stuff and things.
Right.
And he tell you, no, leave it there. And and you're gonna go here.
Uh-huh.
And you're not gonna sell the stuff to have money so you can go over there. But you either trust me or you stay right where you are. And the fact that you gave everything away, you know, took clothes, some clothes you couldn't, I'm sure you didn't take all of them. You couldn't take all of them.
Nope.
You know, and then headed to a place that you knew nothing about, you know, had no friends or whatever there. Wow.
Yes.
And, you know, and then him take you on this journey of keto, learning what it is and heal your bodies, you know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is so awesome. Really.
It's, to be honest with you, I don't even think it was just to take us over here for keto. I think it was more than that, but we didn't see it until now.
Yeah.
Right.
We started the journey, went through the journey. We're learning, we're connecting with so many people. It's through that when we realized, wow, like if we had have not been obedient, we wouldn't have came out with all this stuff, connected with these people. So it's him saying, do you trust me enough, even when you have the least of resources?
Yeah.
We want to see the money. We want to see it before we make it. God is like, no, seen and unseen. You know, you don't have to see what I have for you because do you trust me? That's the word. Do you trust me? You know, why do I have to show it to you if you do trust me?
Yeah.
Right.
And so we had to trust God to take us from the East Coast all the way as a road trip. Now, you know, we got 5 kids. Okay, so we needed Jesus on that one. So we made our stops, but you know what? Through the time, we were like, God, you know, whatever you have for us is for us. You know, whatever you're planning for us, we're ready for it, right? And you know me, I'm so close to my family, so it was I went through a long it was a process for me, because what we went through when we got here and having to heal from that, it was like God was saying, I am your leader. Don't you idolize anybody else, right? And a lot of times we can idolize our friends and we look at them as the world, but then at the end of the day, he's like, hold up, what about me getting attention?
Yeah.
Right.
What about me being the alpha and omega in the beginning and end, and I should be in the forefront of what y'all doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so he taught us that lesson, and we learned, we healed, you know, and he continues to build us up. But as we do it, we're learning in wisdom. We're learning what we went through, and we're learning from that to help other people, you know, avoid doing or going through what we went through, you know?
Amen.
Yeah.
What a beautiful story. What a beautiful, and guess what? It ain't over, right?
Yes.
He has so much more, you know, in store for you. And, you know, you guys are just walking in obedience, and
yes,
this is what obedience look like. And it's
yes,
beautiful.
yes.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. And as you shared it, it wasn't, you know, the easiest thing, but through it all, he has taken care of you, and he has proven himself to be faithful.
Yes, that's
you
right.
know, faithful, a promise keeper. Amen. Oh my
Yes,
gosh. Wow, 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 wow.
Yes.
Okay. So I know you shared that you have 5 children.
Yes. When we left Virginia, Sonia, I think we just had Elijah.
Right.
We was at what, 3? Yeah, because she came to my initial sermon.
Oh,
yeah.
At Ebenezer. And
Ebenezer.
Baby. Yeah. And Mari was a baby. Dia was what? She was short. I mean,
right.
So much has changed. Yes. More babies.
Well, how has this journey been on them? The ones that you know, that, yeah, for them, and even keto, you know, are they taking keto? Is keto for children, or, you know, share all in that.
All right. So, you know, the younger ones, they really didn't have a thought. They just, hey, I'm with mommy and daddy. We don't care. The older 3, they were excited to come out here. And as the years progressed, it's like, okay, well, it was fun at first, but I think we need to go back to see our family and friends, because although we've learned a lot out here, I think our time out here, well, I know our time out here is done. So it's time to come back home to take what we've learned out here to bring it back home to Virginia.
Okay, Virginia, we win.
Keto is for whoever it can be for. Initially, keto was it started back in 1920, and it was designed for children who were having seizures or epilepsy.
Oh wow!
So it was used to control that. It has something to do with the fat in the certain foods you eat, essential fatty acids, and those have a way to interact with your brain, the cognitive functions of your brain. And you know, it was used for that. And like I said in the beginning, keto is for healing your body from the inside out. It's not about weight loss. Now, as through time, you know, it was back and forth in media or mainstream that, oh, keto this, oh no, keto's bad, oh, keto this, keto's bad, because we were taught that fat is bad. Fat is not bad. It's the type of fat eating that is bad. So there's good fat and there's bad fat. So you eat the good fat. The good fat, you know, it's, you know, olive oil, avocado oil, nuts and seeds, avocados itself. You know, those are the type of good fats and healthy fats that you can eat to maintain the lifestyle. So although our kids are not full on keto, they do have an interest. What we won't do is push this on them. They have to make a
Yes.
choice. We want them to
Yes.
feel like their choices matter.
Okay.
Yes.
Whatever works in your household, do that in your household.
Yeah.
Will we eventually shift everything over, whether they are keto or low carb or sugar free? Sure, absolutely. We've already made some substitution changes here in the house already, and they don't really notice the change, or they enjoy it. So it's not like it's a forced thing.
Yes. Yeah. And I think a lot of what we do fail to realize, and I think it's also, we do fail for the lack of knowledge, right? Because we don't know. It's something new, right? Anytime you try
Right.
to hear about something new, it's like, I don't know about it, or whatever. So, like, people don't understand that babies in the womb, they're in ketosis.
Mhm.
They're in ketosis. And a lot of people are like, what? Yeah, they're in ketosis. Like, they're in the womb with, the amniotic fluid and stuff. They're in ketosis. So when they come out into the world, they're actually already in ketosis. It's what we introduce to them and, food and things like that. Not, excluding breast milk, because they need that. But, when they get older, we introduce, the meats, the sweets and stuff like that. But we're actually we're in ketosis. So it's not the thing on being unhealthy. It's the fact of you really need to be knowledgeable of it, because we didn't have a lot of knowledge when we started. We kind of just did cold turkey, and then we did a challenge and we started learning how to read labels, what we were putting in our bodies. And then we said, okay, if you can't pronounce the words on any of the stuff you have, you should not have it, because that means that it's something that is going to affect your body and, your health, So I think Nana Jordan, she said, how did you find about keto? How did you find out? My girlfriend, Lynette McCutcheon, her and my husband used to work together at Wells Fargo.
Yes.
And it was so funny the way they met, but it's like him and his coworkers, they would always be loud, when it was on break. And Lynette, she was like, man, so she was like, listen, y'all need to move me because these men over here are distracting me, right? And so that's me and her connected. My husband introduced me, and I've known her for about the same time, but watching her journey, because she started in 2019 as well, January. So she started a couple months before me, and I was like, that looks very restrictive. I don't know about that. And I like my biscuits. I like my fried potatoes, fried apples, I like all that. And I started seeing her body change. I saw her mood, her person. I mean, it's just, you could see that this lifestyle was really making an impact on her. And it started making me watch, because I was like, I'm just going to watch, because that's what a lot of people do. They want to watch and see if it works. They want to see if it works, not just read about it. And so July is when I say, you know what, I'm just going to try it. Let's give it a week, because that's what I gave it to her, because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to last that long, because I wanted my food. But a lot of people really don't understand that, because they feel it's restricted, but it's really not. There's so many alternatives for the food that you are not able to eat on keto, and you have to do it the right way. You have to read your labels, and you need to if you don't know about keto, find a keto coach. My husband and I, we've come across some amazing people that will offer that. They will guide you and give you your macros and help you be successful on the ketogenic lifestyle. So my husband and I, we believe in encouraging folks, spreading hope, but allowing people to understand that, listen, you don't have to do keto, right? You do not have to even try. You can do low carb, right? But at the end of the day, we want people to realize that we have so many assignments on this earth, right? And in order to do that assignment, you want to be healthy. And I'm not talking about just physically, right? If God says, I want you to be a missionary, right? We can't go over to somewhere and we huffing and puffing. We can't do it fully. We cannot do it effectively if we're not healthy as a whole.
Right.
Physically, emotionally, all of that as a whole. And so that's what we always stress the importance of, is not just about weight loss. Because if you're trying any lifestyle but just to lose 5 pounds, that's not a good why.
Right.
You really need to know what your why is and get to the root of it. Not just saying just because I want to lose weight or I want to look good. No, what is your why? Because it's deeper than that. Why did you decide enough is enough? I need to get healthy.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
So there was a question. Deanna asked, how did you curb your appetite to eat something that completely is different from your taste?
Okay. You want to answer that one?
Well, with keto, initially when you start off, you're going to be going through a body detox.
Yeah.
So naturally, you're going to have those urges and go through different body changes. That's the importance of finding your why.
Yeah.
Because without that why, you're going to go right back to what caused you to feel like you were feeling in the first place.
Yeah.
So when you hold on to that why, you know that you're not going to go back. It's not about the physical changes, it's about the mental changes you have to make as well.
Yeah.
The mental changes are key. You have to be ready for it, even on the bad days. Like we still have our appetite.
What is it? Cheat days?
Yeah, I don't like to use the word cheat.
Yeah.
Because
or celebration days.
Yeah, celebration day. So it's not necessarily a cheat day; it's a celebration day. You're human. You go at the pace that you're ready to go. Don't jump in full gusto like we did. That's a choice that we came to together.
Right.
If you need to substitute one meal at a time until you can get there, substitute one meal at a time.
Yeah.
You take it at the pace that you need to until you fully get to the place to where you're fully ready. You can do it. It's not a one-stop shop. It's not, and this is what we did, so you got to do it that way. It will never work that way, and you will feel defeated and you will fail. You have to do what works for you.
Yeah.
If you're unsure where to start, I mean, there's a lot of references out there. We're here.
Yeah.
We're not unreachable. We answer every email, every DM, every private message, every message on our social medias. We are available. Because we know what it feels like to not know what you're doing. That's the reason why we started Keto Hope Dealers, because people need to know. They're thirsty for the information, but they're rejected and no one has time to explain it to them.
Right, and that's what we went through.
Right.
I reached out to a whole bunch of people as a beginner to just know about the ketogenic lifestyle, and I either didn't get a response, or it was kind of like, just sign up for my book or my program. And I'm like, but can you tell me what keto is first? Like, I don't want to sign up for a program that I don't know anything about, right? So like when Deanna was talking about your appetite, when you first start keto, just like my husband said, it's a detox, but you're also allowing your body time to heal so that you can transition to that, right? Okay. But if you're doing it the right way and you're eating the right food, so we always talk about macros because it's a high fat, low carb, moderate protein, right? And so you have to have your macros. You go by your weight, your height, and your age, and your activity level. Yeah. And you have to make sure that you're staying in that. You have to have a deficit, right? A lot of people count their calories, a lot of people don't. But if you go over your calories, you may be doing the right macros, but then you're eating way too many calories. Right. So when it comes to appetite, if you're doing it the right way and you're eating enough fats and proteins, you're not going to be hungry for those foods anymore. I promise you. If you are now, just like my example, I'll share myself. I'm addicted to sugar. So I was addicted before I started keto, and it's a struggle for me. So I knew that if I started the keto lifestyle, I can have my keto sweets, right? Because I have so many people here in Vegas that bake them and I can buy them from them. Okay. But if I am addicted to sugar, then it's not good to start another lifestyle still trying to find a sweet substitute because you're going to the root. That's what we're saying. Like, you have to go to the root of the issue, right? Because sugar is actually is more addicting than crack and cocaine. We don't talk about this. It really is. It has that significance, and it will mess up your brain. So, a lot of people, I think when we talk about the science behind it, because we can talk about what keto is, but it's the science behind it of what it really does to your brain and your body, right? So this is how we look at it. Because a lot of people say, well, it's restrictive and, I want to eat what I want to eat. But then you got to look at it. What you're putting in your mouth or your body, right? Yeah, it's good, right? The potatoes are good, but then you feel bloated afterwards. Then you feel, feel even more hungry. You still feel, or you're miserable. I struggle with IBS. I am hypothyroid, asthma, anemic. I don't have a gallbladder. After that, after my gallbladder was out, I ended up having kidney stones. So y'all can see how desperate I was. So this is what I say to myself, and I'll encourage somebody else as well. Is that if you're going to start a lifestyle, like my husband said, know your why, but then you also have to figure out, am I serious about it? Am I ready? Right. Because if we continue to use that threshold of, well, I can't eat what I want, or, well, I like my banana pudding or whatever, right? What are you willing to sacrifice? And that's what God showed us when we moved here. What are you willing to sacrifice in order to feel better? So like, if you like potatoes, if you're serious about your journey, you're going to find an alternative that is healthy for you, right? And so a lot of times people come to my husband and I, they're like, well, how do I start? And, do I got to give away all my stuff? I'm like, well, it's a sacrifice. You're making a sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's start anything. So I tell people, listen, I'm there to help you. I'm there to encourage you, but you're going to have to get to the place where we were, where we said, listen, I'm not going to let any excuses stop me from being healthy. So we chose the keto lifestyle. You can choose Weight Watchers, but if you start a journey, any journey with what can I not eat, right? All the good foods and whole foods I can eat, you are going to end up going right back and resorting to what you were doing. Right. Think of it as good. Like, you know how sometimes we get in the morning, oh, it's going to be a bad day. Well, you are what, I mean, if you're speaking it, our words have power, right? Power of the tongue. And so, you know, if you're starting your journey with the mindset of, well, I'm just going to give it a try, but like, I don't like, you know, my stuff I like to eat. But look at yourself in the mirror, not at your weight. Right. Look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, am I healthy? We got to be real with ourselves. You ain't got to ask nobody else. It's you and God. Am I healthy? If it's no, okay, what am I going to do about it? Right? Because most of the time, we stop there. We don't go into anything else. Because when we say, what are we going to do about it? It is, well, I'm going to start next year. Yeah. Next month. But what if we're not here? People are dying left and right. COVID, health issues, everything. Yeah. And so I made it a mission in my life. My personal goal is if I can make a change myself to be and give myself a little bit more time on this earth, I'm going to do it. And my health, you know, it's not even about weight for me. And I think that's the same thing. Like I would tell Deanna, it's not that as far as curbing your appetite. If you do it right, if you eat the right foods, you'll stay full and you won't crave the sugar and the carbs and the things that make you want it more. Because society says that carbs are good for you, right? They say we need carbs, but that's not true. That is not true. It's far from it. It's you can eat carbs, but eat the good carbs, right? Eat the carbs that has less sugar. You know, if you do low carb, you don't have to do keto. You can do low carb, but don't look at it as, oh, I need my carbs. So that's your reasoning of still eating unhealthy, you know? So that it goes right back to what we said. What is your why? What is your why, and what sacrifices are you willing and prepared to make?
I like that. What is your why, and what sacrifices are you willing to make? Yeah. There was another question in reference to like, what do your meals consist of? And then also, can you eat fresh fruits?
We eat good. That's all. Okay. You can go ahead, babe.
All right. So the fresh fruits, berries. Limit the berries because you know, they're still sweet. It can knock you out of ketosis. And the point of ketosis is your fuel source. You're burning your fat. If you have too many carbs, your body's going to go back to treating this fuel source as carbs, and the fat is going to cling to wherever it's clinging to in your body. Right. Okay. So if you want to burn your fat, you want to make sure that you're in ketosis. Now, all the other fruits and vegetables, there's a deeper science behind it, especially for women. You know, there are certain times of the month that they have to have certain nutritional values in the food that they eat that help them go through their journey during that time of the month. I don't know that part, but we do have people. We do have people that are very knowledgeable about that, and we can point you in that direction. So it's not that we are the one-stop shop know-it-all, but we are the one-stop shop to point to you to help you get there. Yeah, that's right. As long as you're willing to do the work, it's hard. Oh yeah. But it's necessary hard to make sure that you are living your best life the best way that you can. Yes. Yeah. You know, and with the meal types, keep it simple. Yeah. You know, we complicate things as a human race already. And we overthink. We overthink. So keep it simple. You want to have your protein, your vegetables, and your fat. Yep, that's it. That is it. Pick from the list: protein, vegetable, whatever. And, you know, you may be like, well, what is it? And what is that? And I mean, Google has some things. I'm not going to keep, you know, trying to say, hey, check out our website and this and that, because it's not about us. Yeah, but we are here to help. So there are free resources out there. You know, Google is there. If you're a Pinterest fan, Pinterest is available. But if you do go to our site, www.ketohopedealers.com, if you sign up for our mailing list, you will get a free weight loss tracker and a free food list. Yes. So that will help get you pointed into the right direction. Now, there are other tools available on the site, but that is a free piece that you guys can get to at least be knowledgeable So you can start buying those foods. A lot of those foods are already in your house.
Already in the pantry. Yeah.
You know, you already have your meats. You already have your vegetables.
Yeah.
You know, there may be some fruits you may need to stay away from, but you can still eat it if you watch it in moderation. If it can fit within your macros and it's not throwing you overboard and you're still in ketosis, you know, what works for you
works for you.
For you. It might not work for everybody else. So there may be some additional fruits and vegetables that you can eat and other people cannot.
Exactly.
I know someone that eats broccoli and it knocks them out of ketosis.
Yep. So you have to figure it out yourself.
Right.
You know, and then a typical breakfast, right? When we first started, we kept it simple: eggs, bacon, right? Because that's all we thought we could eat.
Yeah.
That's all we thought. Everybody kept saying bacon, eggs, avocado. I don't like avocado. I hate them. I hate them. So I really do. I don't like avocado. I don't, whatever. So keep it simple when you first start out. So your breakfast could be a handful of raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, or strawberries. Keep that very, very limited with strawberries because of the sugar. And you can have 2 strips of bacon, 2 eggs, right? That's your protein, your fat, and then you have your carb. And then there you go, right? And if you find yourself still a little bit hungry or whatever, you got water, get your electrolytes. Those are very important things. Your electrolytes is so important. You can use that by Himalayan salt. That's how you get in. You need 2,000 milligrams. Is it milligrams?
2,500 milligrams.
2,500 milligrams of salt per day.
And it sounds like a lot, but it's only 3 teaspoons.
3 teaspoons, yes. And you definitely want to do that, because if you don't keep your electrolytes up and you're not doing it right, you can experience the keto flu,
right? Which
is just like it is, the flu, right? Because your body is detoxing. So if you're not giving it what it needs, it's going to not only detox, but you're going to feel the benefits.
Right.
And that's why I tell people, like, that is not a joke. It's, that's how bad the stuff in your body probably was, all that backed up stuff. So you're going to detox of your body, like, oh man, and you're sweating all out, everything, right? Your electrolytes. Lunch could be a salad, right? Without the what is it, croutons? But you can use cheese crisp, and it's called Wisp. I have to get the bag.
There's different brands, but
yeah, those they are good in a salad, and they're crunchy. If you need that crunch,
yes. If you need that,
cheese
I use
crisp.
that, and I put nuts in my salad.
Yeah, and it keeps you full. So you can have a grilled chicken Caesar salad with a low carb. They actually have some really good salad dressings you can have, or you can have like a steak with radishes. A lot of people ask about the alternative for potatoes. Radishes, jicama. Now jicama is you got to work with that because it's hard and crunchy.
Yeah,
I don't like my fries crunchy. So sometimes you have to boil them first for a while, then you bake them, then you air fry them because they still have that crunch. But you have jicama. Kabat. If you want sweet potato taste, that's what is it? Squash. It's kabat. You know, I don't know how to pronounce it. It starts with a K. Kabacha, kombacha, whatever. Kumaya, whatever. There are alternatives. It's just, and then your dinner, again, it could be some wings. Wings is no carbs whatsoever. And I love me some wings. Going to B-Dubs, give me some wings. Oh my goodness. Y'all tell me some Chipotle. Dry rub is what you can have. But be careful because it's a lot of fat. And you want to make sure that you're staying within your macros. So you can literally eat 10 wings and already be over your macros because it's a lot of fat. May not be carbs, but you still have to watch it. Now, I don't talk about sweets a lot because I don't want people to think that I'm going to start keto, but I still can have my sweets. You can, but starting out as a beginner, I would not advise that. Start clean eating, right? Straight to the processed foods. My husband and I, we can do that because we know what can kick our body out of ketosis. But start fresh. Start on the outside perimeters of the store. Your fruits, your vegetables, things like that. But stay away from watermelon. I know us black folk, we like watermelon because it's sweet, right? That's all we do. We sit around the table laughing and eating watermelon. So like, I
love watermelon. Oh my gosh.
I love it too. And I might eat it down the line, but I can't eat it as much because like I said before, because of all my autoimmune disorders, if I eat something that is not a part of what I do now, I feel horrible because I also struggle with IBS. And so I have to actually personally watch the meat I eat. Because if I eat any type of meat that is a lot of fat, like my husband, he can eat it. It's not, but I have to do lean meat because it'll cause me to feel bloated and sick of my stomach because I don't have a bladder. So I have to watch what I eat. So one lady, Chrissy, said vegetarian. Okay, so yeah, you can. One of my girlfriends, and we're on Clubhouse, and Clubhouse is an app where you connect and network with folks. And we've had a lot of keto coaches that actually are vegan, they do keto and is vegan.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit challenging because you're thinking about a high fat, low carb, moderate diet. So you're kind of just eating vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to kind of tweak it. But yes, you can definitely be vegan and doing keto.
Okay.
You got to change it up a little bit. Yeah. But we know a lot of people. So like, if that's something you're interested in, we can definitely direct you to a lot of the coaches that are vegan,
Mm-hmm.
and they believe and they do it in that way. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask that question. I saw it there because probably it's been over a year. It's been over a year, and I no meat, so I would probably be more vegetarian.
Yeah.
But I'd say pescatarian because I eat some fish.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm a vegetarian. And
Right.
so I wondered, okay.
Yeah, vegan and vegetarian. They both.
Okay.
Yeah, there's actually a couple. They go more of the, what is that way that they eat? Kind of like the ancient nutrition, right? Yeah. So they eat tons of veggies and what I think they might be vegetarian too, if I'm not mistaken. I think they are.
Okay.
Well, they're not, but we know a couple that is like they. Yeah, but it is okay. It's just a little bit harder because you have to find the foods that you got keto fine. That's what we say, keto fine.
Yeah.
But yes, it is possible. It's definitely possible. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Oh my gosh, this has been a beautiful conversation. Wow.
Yes.
So much information, and just the interaction that we've been getting from those who have been watching has been beautiful. And I will say also, maybe
fried fish
later on down the road or whatever. Oh Lord. Maybe down the road.
Yes, you can eat fried fish. Yes, you can.
Okay, so yes, you can eat fried fish.
So instead of using flour, you use almond flour.
Yes, and it tastes so good. Fried.
Wait a minute, you use what?
Almond flour.
Almond flour. Okay.
Yeah. So we
use your batter with your eggs, and you can double dip the batter or single dip the batter either way. But you use almond flour instead. Use your seasoning inside the almond flour. Dip it in the egg. Dip it in the batter.
Yep.
Fry it. If you fry it, use coconut oil, olive oil, or avocado oil.
Yeah.
Coconut oil has a different
like a taste, like a
flavor.
Not necessarily the flavor, but it has a different boiling point. So I don't necessarily like it.
Oh, okay.
So fry with olive oil or avocado oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can still have that. Yes, you can. Fried chicken nuggets. We eat good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right back to eating regular. If I couldn't eat good on whatever lifestyle I was on. Yep.
Right. Oh, wow. Again, this has been beautiful. I would ask you to, after this, if at some point, you would just kind of go through and see if others have posted questions for you and just answer those for them. This, again, I said it before, your journey, just your whole story is definitely a big hug to many of us, Yes. It's been beautiful. And just like a big hug without ever saying a word, you can say so much.
Mm-hmm.
If you were able to give the world the biggest hug ever, what would your hug say?
My hug would say, never devalue yourself based upon what others have to say about yourself.
Wow.
I want you to see yourself as God sees you, and He sees you as amazing.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what your past is. It doesn't matter what you may have just done that day. There is time still going on that you're still here to change something about yourself and do that one thing right.
That's right. And I would say my big hug, because I thought she said we couldn't say nothing. So I'm like,
What?
Without saying anything, I thought you meant like don't say anything, but just like act.
Oh, no. You know how you hug, you can hug and y'all never ever say a word, right? Just somebody, you just hugging somebody, but you can feel everything and you don't ever have to say a word. That's what I was talking about.
To say something. No,
No.
so mine is, and this is something I share with a lot of the keto and low carb community, is give yourself grace. We are so hard on ourselves. We can tend to talk our own selves out of something that is greater. That's what God wants for us. So, when you start any lifestyle change, when if you're going down, whatever it is you're going through, right? You're having a bad day. My thing is that, listen, we get a second chance, right? We were able to wake up this morning. So you have to give yourself grace. When you fall off, the most important thing is to get back up, right? To never give up. And I think that is so important when you do anything, any type of transition. You have to give yourself grace and enough room to make mistakes. Because if you make mistakes, then you'll be able to learn from them. Right. And then be able to take that and say, okay, I need to do this differently. But the good thing about that is that when you learn from your mistakes, you can now teach others what to do right, right? And so that's what I would say. Give yourself grace, love on yourself, love yourself before the process, right? A lot of times we start something before and we hate ourselves, but it's going to make it harder to go on any journey if you're hating yourself before you start. It makes it harder. But if you say, I love myself in the mirror, I don't care if I'm 400 pounds, I love you. I love every part of you. However, you may not like the fat. Okay, all of us don't. We don't, right? But you self, you love what God created, right? Because under all the whatever weight we already gained, it's still what God created, a part of you, a part of Him. So give yourself grace to know that you're not alone and that there is tomorrow. But you have to make the first step first in order to get there, right? Yeah.
Gotta make the first step first. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Wow. You guys are awesome. Super duper awesome. Oh my gosh. I so love it. I love it. I love it. And I can't wait for y'all to get back to Virginia. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wow.
We will be there in May, and I cannot wait. As soon as Dia graduate, we out. We are out, and I can't wait.
Yay for Virginia.
Yes.
Well, I am so looking forward to that time, and I definitely, I just have to say thank you so much for saying yes and saying yes to my vision, God's vision in me,
That's
and just not knowing what you were about to get into, but you said yes, and I am telling you, just what I feel. And I'm seeing some other comments. Everybody has truly enjoyed this conversation. You have filled us up. You have given us some good food, some good food to just kind of mull over, and think on exactly what we're doing and in our taking action. Why are we doing what we're doing?
That's right.
Oh my gosh, and faith behind it.
Yes, faith without works is dead. That's right.
Oh my. So, thank you. You are welcome. I know y'all got stuff to do, but I would love, even at a later time, maybe once you get back to Virginia or what have you, but would love to have you guys back on to have another conversation. I've loved this. I really have loved this.
Amazing. Yes. And please stay in touch. We so grateful you asked us. Like I said, you and I haven't talked in years, and it's like we didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
And so when you asked us, I was like, you want my husband to be in there too? And you're like, no, we need both of y'all, right? And so we just definitely want to be a living vessel for those that just want a better lifestyle. You know what I mean? And so they can, catch us. I mean, like I said, send us a DM, send us a message on our website, check out our magazine. There's so many ways you can stay in touch with us, You
would give your website again.
Yes. So our website is
www.ketohopedealers.com.
Yes, ketohopedealers.com. And from there, you can see all about us, about our journey. You can buy a keto shirt. You can buy a keto planner that'll help you get started, or you can go ahead and buy our magazine. We just came out with our magazine on the 7th of January, and God has been moving. He's been moving, and it's been an honor to be obedient. And
Question in reference to your magazine. So is it like a monthly subscription type thing, or how does that work?
Yeah.
It's a quarterly subscription.
Okay.
So every 4 months, we're going to release a new issue. So this one came out in January 7th. The next one's going to be April 7th. And we don't believe in waiting to the last minute. So we are already on board to having just about everything we need to put in the magazine to have it done. So,
yes,
you know, by the time March and April gets here, we're working on the 3rd issue.
Yes,
so,
yes.
We believe in making sure that we're putting out good content and not waiting until the last minute to
do something.
Get something done.
Yeah, and one issue is this $5.99, $5 a night. We wanted to make it reasonable, but then also wanted people to just be important when it's the importance of investing in yourself. So the one by itself is $5.99, or they can buy a yearly subscription, which is the 4 issues up front for $22.95. And yes, please let us know. If you do grab it, please let us know. We answer our DMs and messages, and we share them on our website because we want to see if it impacts others. That's what blesses us. That's what keeps us going, is when we can see that what our journey is motivating and spreading hope to someone else.
Beautiful.
And I want to make sure that I don't leave them out, because although we were Keto Hope Dealers on our own, we came up with our website, the magazine is a team process. And without our team, we would not be able to have My wife quit. It was frustrating. We had deadlines to meet. A designer was supposed to give us about 30 pages of work, and he only gave us 14. And then they decided they needed to go on vacation. I'm like, well, why didn't you tell us this? And it was just frustrating. So you see that my wife is here. You see that we're talking about the magazine, which means that we completed it. We did the job. And I wanted to give that small piece of testimony to say that whatever you may do, it's going to be a struggle, but don't give up.
Yes, that's right.
Back to the team. Without them, this would not have been possible.
Yeah.
You know, my wife had the vision. I was like, magazine. We wrote a book, but we don't know anything about a magazine. We don't have the budget.
What budget?
We don't have the finances. We don't have the know-how. We reached out to a designer. The designer was like, well, what's your flat plan? What's your media kit? What's something? We were like, what? Nah, we definitely not going to do this. But we researched. We got consultants. We figured out what to do, how to do. We asked, you know, when people believe in a vision, it's not about the money. It's about the vision. It's about your heart. And these individuals jumped on board.
Yes, knowing that.
Right, and they no questions asked. We didn't have to search. God gave us the names. We asked them. All of them said yes.
And the doors open. Yes, each and every one of them. And they were like, listen, we know your vision. It's not about the price, right? So we just thank you. I'm sorry. I hope we're not holding you, Sonia. I just feel like.
Oh, no, I didn't want to hold y'all.
We're giving. Oh, no, you're good. We normally leave here. We leave here late, you know, we get the kids. But we
okay.
But no, seriously, we're so grateful. One thing that I love doing, my husband too, is that we give credit where credit's due. And I think we need to do more of that in the community, right? All as us together, right? As a community, is that, you know, if somebody's helping you help and pay the way for you, if somebody's giving you advice, my thing is I'm going to give credit where credit's due. I didn't do that by myself. And so with this magazine, my husband and I would not have been able to do it if it wasn't for Eric, Will, Judith, Lynette, Dr. Raquel.
Yeah.
You know, Mary, all of them has been amazing. They all had a part of this, but they believed in our vision, which caused us to have hope, right? And it confirmed to us that God not only had a plan for us, but because we were obedient, here we are. This is the result of his plan. You know, so this is what we are. This is a testimony that we share with everybody. It's not about keto with just, it's not all about keto for us. We share our journey to tell people we went from East Coast, West Coast. Right? From being unhealthy to now we're getting healthier, right? We went from, you know, having nothing to now having something, not everything, but something. And that's okay with us because you have to work with what you have, right?
Right.
Be able to utilize what you have so that God can see, okay, you know how to handle what I've given you right now so that I can give you better. Right? You know, and so I just want to encourage everybody that is on this live, even you, Sonia, like, I love the fact that you were obedient to ask us, right? You were obedient enough to say, hey, I need to get you on my show. And that will give people hope because they see people come on your show and they share their stories, but you have a story as well. You and I know that, right?
Right.
You have inspired me as a young woman. You know, I watch you all the time. My mom introduced us together, you know, like,
Right.
oh, with Sonya, because I think you were at the Park and Recs at that time or something. And so,
Yeah.
oh my God, I love her, you know,
Right.
and that's how we connected. And I think that's what it all, real recognize real, right?
Amen.
So we have, at the end of the day, we have to be real with ourselves and say, okay, you know what? I got to do this one step at a time, right? It's one step at a time, but you're not alone, right? Don't get overwhelmed like we did. You are not alone. We're here to pray for you. You know, if you are a believer, we're believers. We ain't ashamed of it, right? And but we don't throw it in people's face. It shows through our actions. It shows through the way we talk, and that's what it should be. I don't have to sit here and throw the Bible at you.
Yes.
I should be able to talk to you and say, "Listen, you want me to pray for you?" And then you're like, "Oh yeah," you know, and that's all it is. Because anybody in whatever faith you are, they pray, right?
Yeah.
Know who I am and who I serve in the way I interact with you.
Yeah.
So we're just saying, listen, don't give up. You know, I don't care how much you weigh, because at the end of the day, it's more than just weight. It's more than weight. It could be just lifting the weight off the shoulders of the world. It could be the weight of, you know, something that's going on mentally. It could be the weight of your past, something that traumatized you, right? All of us are striving every day to be free, right? Just like that book we came out, Born to Be Different, right? We got to be different. We can't just say we want to see different. We got to be the change. So my husband and I, we kept saying, oh, you know, we want to lose weight, want to lose it. We kept saying it, but we weren't doing it. So now it's the product of our own journey, right? We're the product of it. We can tell people it works. If you want to try it, we're here for you. Either way, just get healthy. That's all we want. That's all we want to hear, right? Yeah.
Wow.
So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to ask you to choose 3 people from the group, the group chat. Okay. And whether it's 3 individuals who've been, whomever, I'm going to let you choose 3 people. 3 people. And what do you want us to do? Now, you just give me 3 people. Those 3 names. Got you. So we'll do, is it?
Alicia Coleman.
Alicia Coleman. Hey, Alicia.
Okay. Scroll. Go over to the top.
Okay.
All right. Let's do Deanna MD Charles.
DD. That's my girl. Okay.
And you go ahead and pick the last one.
Nana Jordan.
Okay. All right. So we'll just start with Nana Jordan. Big Hug Lady will give her the subscription to your magazine, a full year subscription to your magazine.
Congrats. That's amazing.
Then who was the other one? Deanna.
Yes.
All right, so Deanna.
And Alicia.
All right. And Deanna, how about a t-shirt?
Oh, sure.
Keto Hope Dealers t-shirt.
Okay, we got you.
And then we got Alicia Coleman. Right? How about y'all mentioned y'all's book? Is it out, available?
Are you speaking of the Born to Be Different? Oh yeah, that's out. That's been out.
All right. So Alicia gets a copy of that book. All right. So if you would send me a link to how I can purchase that book, what it looks like and everything, so that I can get it to Alicia. Alicia, send me your information to the Big Hug Lady at biggesthug.com. What is my email? The Big Hug Lady at biggesthug.ever.com. That is my email address. So Alicia, email me, and Deanna, email me so that I can get those items to you. And Nana Jordan, if you too would email me that your information so that I can get those items to you. But Big Hug Lady just wants to bless other people, you know.
But there's more. Hold on. Hold on, Sonya. Hold on. I think you missed something.
I did.
Yeah, you missed something.
What we're going to do is give Alicia, and you call her Dee Dee.
Yeah, Dee Dee.
We're going to give them a copy of the magazine as well.
Okay, so wait a minute. So you saying you gonna give Dee Dee a copy? All right.
Yep. And
All
Alicia.
right.
All three of them get a copy of the magazine. Yep.
All right. Well,
yes, ma'am.
All right.
That's a big hug right there, girl. That's the big hug.
That's a big hug. That's a big hug. Yeah.
Group hug right there. Yes.
Woo, yeah. I love them group hugs.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Wow. Yes. That is beautiful, guys. Thank you.
Yes, you are welcome. You are welcome.
Much. Wow. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Yes. Wow. Look, I'm looking over here because I'm looking at my phone.
Nicole. Is her name Chrissy Nicole? She put your email down there, so everybody has your email.
Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Wow, so beautiful. Yes. This indeed. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Yeah. I can't wait to have you guys back on to talk even more so about not just keto. I mean, but that was a lot because we need to, there's more for you to share. Y'all were just going on and on and on and on about, about it. So you're very knowledgeable.
Yes. You have a part
such wisdom that you have, one, because you've taken the journey, so definitely come back and talk about that. But I know that God is doing so much more in you, through you, for you. And so the next time you come back, you will be sharing something that just blew your mind. You ain't even see it coming. He is going to blow your mind. Yes, oh my gosh. Yes. And I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to see your face when you be like, oh my God, you can't believe it. Super excited for you. Oh my gosh. So I thank y'all for taking your time all the way in Las Vegas. I know y'all gotta get your babies and stuff too, and I don't want anybody to be upset, grandma to be upset or whatever. But oh my gosh, this was such a blessing. I thank you. And for all of those who are watching, who took the time to watch, thank you so much. I know that you have received so much from this couple, and I just say super duper blessings to you all. And as always, the biggest hug ever.
We love y'all. We love you.
I love you. All right, guys. You have an amazing one, and I look forward to speaking with you again.
Yes. Right. Bye, y'all.
Bye. See you guys.
Bye. Bye. Wow. So beautiful. Woo, this is awesome.